Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about something I think is very important, especially at this time of the year here. And I think it's important at any time of the year, but it's really kind of prevalent when people are trying to, you know, lose some weight and change their lifestyles. Every day, what we're faced with challenges and adversities. Some challenges might affect us for that moment, some for the rest of the day, maybe even longer. Some challenges we have a permanent effect on us for the rest of our lives. But one thing about challenges and adversity is that they don't need to define who we are. Just because something goes wrong during the day doesn't mean that it should ruin the whole day. Just because you get sick or injured doesn't mean that you need to give up. Many people use injury or sickness as an excuse just to give up. I was a perfect example of that type of mentality. That was me. For most of my life, I was afraid of failure, as many of us are. And sometimes that fear would just come right up before a test or a tryout or some type of sporting event. Although I was really plenty good enough to do whatever it was or knew the material, I would just find an excuse to fail or give up or not show up. As I got older, I struggled with my weight and staying healthy and active. It seemed like every time I finally got close to some weight and getting there, and I'd get busy in activities and start playing sports again, some type of injury would pop up, and maybe it was a knee or my back or shoulders, or possibly I'd break a bone somewhere. Whatever the adversity would be, it would be my excuse to give up and fail again and put all my weight back on that I'd worked so hard to get off. For many of us, we look for challenges or adversity so that we have an excuse to fail. I know it sounds weird, but it's so much easier than using those problems as a viable reason to just give up. You know what? Most people just want to find that reason. Instead of embracing adversity and then facing those challenges and taking them head on. But for those of you who do take on those challenges, have you ever noticed that those are the people that we celebrate and we admire? The internet is full of people who have faced some incredible challenges and those adversities, but they excel in ways that we could never even possibly imagine. There are so many examples of people who have overcome so much more than any of us could ever possibly imagine. One person in particular I'll use for an example is Noah Galloway. If you don't know who he is, he was an Iraqi war vet who lost his arm and a leg while serving this country. Noah became really well known to many of us after he was on Dancing with the Stars. Noah's story is one where he did not give up. He didn't allow his personal challenges to affect the rest of his life. He faced this huge challenge head on, and he's become an inspiration for so many people. I think one of the problems that many of us have is that we plan to fail, not planning to succeed. Sounds strange, I know, but it's true. We look for ways to get out of things, or, how can we blame someone else that we didn't finish? Or even before we even get started in it. Or we have a perfect excuse. I got sick, or, oh, the work is so busy, and the kids, and blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all before, or we've probably even said it ourselves. I shared a post this week that shows that there are 168 hours in a week. We spend 40 hours at work or school and 56 hours sleeping, and that leaves us about 72 hours left over in the week. Are you telling me that you can't find 3 to 5 hours to take care of yourself and go work out? All about planning, being successful. Plan to be successful. Don't plan for failure. One of my favorite motivational speakers is Tony Robbins, and he's really incredible. And when he starts talking about motivating people to succeed, he says, "You wanna take the island? Then burn the frickin' boats. With absolute commitment comes the insight to create real victory." Leave yourself no alternative that you will succeed and overcome challenges or adversity. some of us who you know me and know that I recently had some heart issues and that started affecting me back in October of 2015. Now, the old Dan would have been able to use these excuses and challenges to give up and worry about whether or not I should go to the gym or not, or whether I should stop eating healthy. But I wasn't going to stop living my lifestyle. I worked too hard to get to this point. I was going to keep maintaining what I had done. I was going to continue to eat well. I was going to continue to go to the gym. So I didn't put on that extra weight and put extra strain on my heart. I got educated about the condition that I had. And I found out that exercise would help keep me in rhythm. So over these last 15 months, I've dealt with my fair share of adversity. Not only did I have to deal with living with AFib, which is a heart condition where it causes your heart to have irregular heartbeats, having my right knee operated on, as well as having injections in 2 arthritic shoulders. And yet I still continued training to compete in the Frigno Classic in Palm Springs in October, and placing in the top 5 and even medaling. You know what? I've burned my boats. I've made a commitment to my kids to stay healthy, to do everything I can to be around as long as I possibly can for them. I've made a commitment to Jen that I will do everything I can to stay active and healthy so that her and I can have a long, healthy life together. I will not allow myself to go back to being over 350 pounds. I am committed 100,000%. So here's a couple suggestions that I have for you to overcome adversity and challenges that are put in front of you, and how to get around them, how to get through them. First of all, surround yourself with positive people. People that will motivate you and encourage you to succeed. Second, goes right along with number 1. Get rid of those people who are dragging you down, because those people, they will keep you down because they don't want you or anyone else to succeed, because they're not. You know who those people are. Keep them on the outside of your inner circle. They're not your trusted friends. They're the ones who don't want you to succeed. You know who they are. Mark them off. Maybe even put them on the outside on Facebook and stuff so you don't get dragged into their negativity. Third, plan for success. Prepare a plan and create an environment to be successful. Lastly, and this is what I did, burn the boats. Don't leave an escape plan. If your only option is to win, you better win. You better be motivated to make this work, because there is no going back. Do you want to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds, 100 pounds, and then let it go and have to do it all over again? No. It sucks. I've been there too many times. Trust me, don't do it. I'm going to wrap this whole thing up with another movie quote. I am the movie trivia man, and I love quoting movies. And this one, I'm from the Rocky Balboa generation, and I've seen all the movies, and I can pretty much quote the dialogue from the first 4 movies. A little sad, but I can do it. But this quote comes from the movie Rocky Balboa, and he's talking to his son. And I'm sure you've seen it on all sorts of things on Facebook and on social media. I think this sums up my point. This is what Rocky says. He says, "The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much can you take and keep moving forward? That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits. And you're not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody else. Cowards do that. And you ain't that. You're better than that. I think you're all better than that. I think we have to look inside of ourselves and find out that we are stronger than we think we are. Cowards will give up. Cowards will allow some type of small adversity to set them back. Become brave. Learn from what your mistakes are and become stronger and overcome everything. You can do it. So, thanks for watching this. Please feel free to share this video if you'd like to. And if you'd like more information about Warrior Wellness, the Slim Down Challenge, or if you're looking for help on getting healthy, visit our website at warriorwellness.org. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a wonderful day.